What's up, chat? Alright. So I've been looking for some horror games, quote unquote horror games. I've seen, I've heard of the game, Doki Literature Club, because I've only seen one of the characters from it. I don't know anything. I'm going into this blind. So I hope this is gonna be a fun stream, and hopefully be a fun game. It's being played by a lot of content creators, so it should be fine. But we're gonna get into this. This will be uploaded on YouTube, and it will be on the socials. Just any socials in my About Me. It'll probably be on there. On my VOD channel, I'll probably turn one into a main channel video. And make sure you follow, subscribe if you're watching the video. And we're going to get into this. I'm going to hope it works on the first try. Just because no problems would be better. Alright. Let's try and... If I remember my keys... Yep, there we are. I might need to put audio for this if it has them. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience. Please, playing this game for content warnings. Please visit DDLC mode. Yeah, we're fine. By playing Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Yeah, I agree. How bad is this game, bro? Yeah, that is audio. I gotta try to figure out what the audio is. It has actually really nice music to it. Oh, chat. I'm gonna go through all these. Hopefully. I don't know what audio it is. Is it done? I'm trying to find what's the audio. No, I want to be played by. Oh, there we are. Let me test those sounds real quick. Alright, yeah, sounds fine. Alright, so we're gonna get into this. The technical difficulty so well. I'm gonna turn the music down a bit. I don't know if this music is copyrighted or not. But let's get right into it then. Should be a fun game. Enter your name. Shanzo. I got the lights off because if it is a horror game it'd be more scary. Hey. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see making yourself make it today, but it's just kind of works out because I'm so dyslexic, because you've known each other for so long, question mark. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently and would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. That's Sayori, alright. Oh, this is the name, it's perfect. Ha ha. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. What voice should I put on? If I even should put on a voice. Maybe, but only because I didn't wait. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Shanzo. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have to. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, sorry. We cross the street together and make our way to school. It just feels like a romance story right now. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Shanzo, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. Wait, why'd I do that for my voice? I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you joined a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever's going on about. Zori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I'm not doing that voice, bro. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy right now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET. What's a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess. I'll promise you that. Yay! Why did I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? It sounds like... I don't even know what this sounds like. Well, in that, I'm surprised I even let myself lend to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything about inside of her head. Does my character like this girl? I have no idea. My character might like this girl. The school days is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. I pack up my things. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no other choice to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom when I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I just saw you sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. But I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, they could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah. I'm spaced out trying to read. I should really put like some effort into these characters. There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie? Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. I'm assuming this club has like a lot of lore to it, because it is in the title of the game, so it could have like some lore. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki make cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning to have planned all of this out. Allow a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus today makes the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly, big strong word for me, followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being genuinely used for the third year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Girl 1, welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Why do I recognize this music? I just recognize it for some reason. It feels like it being like... Isn't like the Link games, like Legend of Zelda? Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Shanzo, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. ... All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Whoa. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude who's apparently named Natsuki is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Alright, this is Yuri, this is Natsuki. Alright, don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears apparently more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet you both. Sorry, and it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Shanzo. So that's Monica, right? Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically completely out of my league, so having a smile at me genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Shanzo. We made a room for you at the table, so you can come sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Yuri, then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wow! Natsuki lifts the foil off the table to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Bro, I'm so dyslexic, you should not trust me reading anything. It's genuinely, bro, that's why I love like shit with audio, bro. I just get like so like out of like concentration. Like I'm reading it and then I just stop like going through the text. I just think what's gonna happen next. I'm generally like I didn't do well in English, bro. So cute. Also, why don't I get to see the cupcakes? I wanna see them. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, and Monica I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and already has managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. So good. It's so good. Please, it's so good. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. What? Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Eh? I thought you technically did, Sorry said. Well, maybe. I would say the word is like tsundere. Is that like how she's acting? All these girls are like tsundere. Alright. I give up Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in the front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a past time for me, but at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Someone tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically attracted by Sorry. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sorry really seemed really happy, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. But make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of she's president of the club. As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably have be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Real. That was real shit right there. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls are all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all delighted by the idea of a new member joining. When does the horror start, bro? Even though the story seems good right now, I need the horror, bro. I need the plot twists. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with the level of enthusiasm about literature. So Shanzo, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Have a drink. think I read this. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. That's cold. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Yeah, I guess. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, you might as well having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if the story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, usually I like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on some poem called Don't Say It Out Loud, and give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just cute as you are. Sayuri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? We're gonna chair back and relax, bro. I'm gonna relax. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. Yuri, I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. Chat, is that relatable? You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. 50-50. People agree. Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We'll sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone's even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more confident and comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Shanzo? Monica smiles warmly to me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Oh, you're joking. Oh, I have to put this, hold on. I'll have to redo this, hold on. Intermission. There we go. That's at the bottom. Right. Oh, it's lagging. I can't open the game now. Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sorry, I may convince me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have the other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Shanzo, well, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if rhyme poems is the price, I need a paint holder to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I decided then. I'll join a literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lit up. That's cool. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Shanzo, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Shanzo, is Roddy here? Do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after the school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. Hold on, give me a second. No. If it was borderless, I would have done that just because like at the top there's glitching. It's like there's some bars, and if there are bars, don't worry about it. Try to ignore it. Generally, I think it's just because I'm on Linux. It didn't happen before, but if it keeps happening and I do get some viewers in like the chat, I generally might switch back to Windows. It's so annoying. Oh. Let me move this. What did I do? I'll move this at the top. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Am I getting to the interactive part of the game now? Yes, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club members would like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem most. What they would like. Fun. Friends. Journey. Together. Beauty. Horror. Bliss. Forgive. Oh, so when I did horror, she went up. Have sent. Love. Analysis. Insight. Kiss. suicide. My suicide. Kawaii. Everything's a glitching. Daydream. Lust. Bouncy time alone. Doki Doki. Sparkle. Valentine. Play. Charm. The first girl normally like most of the words. Hi again, Shanzo. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my words. Well, I'm back at the literature club. That's the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Shanzo. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive head first into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like it deserves any slack. Sorry, told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to come here and just hang out or what. But if you don't take us serious, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back in her seat. Don't worry, guys. Shanzo always gives his best, so as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy and it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. I don't get people who nearly set their houses on fire. Like, you shouldn't be trusted with anything if you nearly set your house on fire. I've seen videos of people and they just it's like police body cams and the house, anything is just on fire. If before you even do that, how did you get access to one? How did you get trusted with something? Because it could either be a machine or mechanical issue. But if it's just you doing it by yourself, that's you should not be trusted in the first place. I'm surprised you even got trusted. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Shanzo can be good friends too? Hold on, child. Sayori? As usually, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori, does Yuri like me? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sorry, made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What did I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. Oh, she's literally blushing. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It made me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. Bro, she's risen me up. That's actually game. This is How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read that in your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sari and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is almost buried in a book. But I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down in the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something so literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. Bang, I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I'll probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening on Sari's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other girl clubs though. Well, we can't give up. The festival's our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is the idea of literature club seems too dense and intellectual. It's not like that at all, you know. We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem then. Yeah? What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we could do a thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sari is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating all this. Huh? That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the good trick? What? What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, bro, do you see that? Like, genuinely, I don't know how to fix that. Besides from switching OSs, because that's my actual screen. Hold on, chat. Jenny don't know. As long as it doesn't bother. Anyway, we still need to work out the details for the event itself. I found myself smiling. In the end, Sari is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sari can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about her things. I can't help but wonder what it'd be like to see the world through her eyes. Oh. Wow. I opened my eyes to find Sari's face failing my vision, and I fall out my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does that school even have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in the club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You'll need to get used to it. Don't say out loud. I glance over my shoulders to see if Monica overheard. It's true though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, sorry. That's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Huh? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gone up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me a benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, sorry, it's written all over you. Eh? Sorry, glanced around at herself. How's it written all over me? You're clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sari's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger, but nobody would notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you mean it? And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, sorry? Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Eh? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button a blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Oh, why are we this close? This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Yeah? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggled to fully close the button near your chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. Sigh. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed soon that doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It just means my boobs are getting bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so why does it feel so strange seeing Sari's blazer button up like that? But it's so stuffy. Ooh, it's not worth it all. That. I don't know what I'm looking at. Sorry I was hastily unbuttoned, so blazer once more. Phew, that's so much better. Sorry puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? Why are you saying that it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little bit earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. Yeah, I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, sorry. Aw, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Eh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Shanzo, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I felt to sound enthusiastic, but sorry, still trots her away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I can't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait. Sari and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sari is wrinkled, it's on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote on a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri's reluctant comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Who should I choose? Let's show it to Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced so I just out with it. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on, okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I was making sure. I guess that I might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. It just reminds me of some like anime girl, just like Yuri buries her face in her hands. I can't help but notice there's been several minutes and we haven't really gone anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I didn't really notice. What were you saying? Right, just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I could have learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as her demeanor really totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into a symphony. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be electrical? Alright. Ghost under the light. The ten tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe claims breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'll read her in the chat. I'm so sorry. I have such temperament. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into Ghost, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Shanzo. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in a last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn pun that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember, it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I have to keep trying. Count on you. Alright, you finished those. How long have I been streaming for? I've been doing this for nearly an hour. Well, how long would I do this for? Yeah, I think we're finished with the Doki right there. I'll save it. Bro, it's alright right now. I don't really see the horror aspect right now of Doki Doki. But I'm gonna go into the next segment of the stream now. We're gonna... We are going to... What should we do? See if there's anything to react to. Because this might be in a few parts. Yeah, we'll probably play Doki Doki like tomorrow. But right now, I'll find something to react to so I can post it for the main channel. I really want to test out some OBS animations. I want to make a new scene just for the like camera. Full cam. And I will copy, paste, lock, and I will full screen all of this. Yep, so it's just completely all my face. And we will get the followers, put the followers on the top. No, I'll put the followers on the here. And we'll put the chat. And we'll put the chat right here. I'll get rid of the followers. So if anyone shouts, it'll be right there. Yeah, so I wish I had LEDs, I can't lie. If I had LEDs, I'd be sick. I'll find something to watch. And hopefully react to for a bit. I slept outside at night in VR Minecraft with horror mods. That's sick. Dr. Insanity seems sick. Oh, I've watched Dr. Insanity before. Secret Killer. Secret Killer leads cop into a $3 million mansion. That seems like a peak watch. Alright, I'm gonna rename the stream. Live now. Reacting to Dr. Insanity. Reacting to Dr. Insanity. Tap in. Alright. Into a prior window. Alright. Gotta lock in everybody. Show new tab. Alright, we gotta lock in. Watching Dr. Insanity. We make sure. I'm gonna make sure the volume's working. I'm gonna make sure the stream's working. Watching Dr. Insanity. Secret Killer leads cops into a $3 million murder mansion. Seems like a peak watch. Let's do this. Alright. My camera should be fine now. I'm gonna get rid of the warning. And turn browser. Turn off this. Turn off this. Alright. Serial killer leads cops into a $3 million murder mansion. Let's watch. 3, 2, 1.
Doesn't look like anyone's been here. What's that smell?
This. Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. Alright, there we are. Alright, we're starting this again. We're locked.
Doesn't look like anyone's been here. What's that smell?
This officer is, unknowingly, reacting to the decomposition odor coming from Craig Thetford's hidden body. Police have been searching for him for months with no success, and even now, with the foul odor in the air, they still have no idea he's buried only feet away.
Is that dirt or is that blood?
This is the only way I've been able to have any communication with you, and I don't even know if it's him.
I wouldn't even know where to start looking.
There's some weird going on.
Whoever killed Craig covered their tracks meticulously, using chemicals to mask the odor, disabling security cameras, and hiding in plain sight. And while detectives spend months trying to figure out where Craig went, the suspected killer quietly continues spending Craig's money, allegedly buying houses, cars, and crafting a plan to ensure.
That's actually so creepy. Bro, do you think... $3 million mention, by the way. Do you think they've been doing this for a while and they've been stealing money off people when they kill them? Because surely if they're doing all this, cutting cameras, hiding tracks, surely this ain't their first time. They surely like stolen money from people to be able to afford all of these like cars and therefore this mansion.
Sure they're never found.
Holy smokes.
Well, I want to say something else, but I don't want to implicate her.
You need to say it.
You might start looking in the Caribbean.
Police department!
It's a late May evening in Cloudcroft, New Mexico. Tucked among wooded acreage and mountain terrain sits a 2,000 square foot property owned by 60-year-old Craig Thetford. He lives inside this large 3-story house with his wife Dina. The Thetfords enjoy a comfortable lifestyle thanks to Craig's roofing business. They own multiple residential properties and frequently take luxury vacations. But a few months ago, something dark took place inside the Thetford household, and it went unnoticed for weeks, until May 2025, when the Otero County Sheriff's Office receives a disturbing call.
Communications on a recorded line. How can I help you?
Who would I talk to have a wellness check done on an individual?
That would be me. What's going on?
His name is Craig Thetford. Everybody here in Texas has been trying to get a hold of Craig for nearly 2 months.
Okay.
We can't get a hold of his wife. We're really concerned about him because this is not like him. He always answers his phone.
Because if the wife killed him, which she probably did, like, he was her probably only source of income. Since they found cash in the intro, they found cash, like, everywhere in the house in the intro, and she was buying cars with that, like, cash. He must have had all of his, like, most of his savings in cash to be able to, like, keep, like, all of, like, the payments on the house, because surely, like, if the house was on a mortgage, what would she do? Like, how would she pay it? So the house must be fully paid and she's just buying cars with his money.
Calls back. Even his family here hasn't been able to get a hold of him. Nobody can get a hold of him.
On the line is Larry Scott, requesting a welfare check on his friend. But something about this call is different. As Larry explains, nobody has seen Craig or his wife for months. A detail that's highly unusual since most missing person reports come within days. Following this, officers are dispatched to the address to conduct a welfare check on the Thetford couple. Once they pull up to the long driveway and step out into the mountain air, they can sense something is off about this place.
Sheriff's office!
Can you see anything through the windows?
Yeah, I got a pretty good look through the windows. Doesn't look like there's anyone in there.
As officers walk around the residence, they notice the sheer size of the property with multiple carports and outbuildings. Lights are on throughout the home itself, but strangely, no one answers the door. Looking through the windows, one officer notices several boxes stacked, suggesting that the couple might be in the process of moving or had already...
Hold on, chat. Hold on. I'm so sorry, but I need to fix that. I think I know the cause. I don't have any extensions.
already left. As another officer circles towards the carport, he hesitates. There's something odd about the air around him.
We got a pretty decent security camera on the back.
Doesn't look like anyone's been here. What's that smell?
Coming from the carport, a faint, strange odor drifts through the space. But up in the mountains, with wildlife and wooded terrain, unusual smells aren't uncommon, so the officer brushes it off and moves on. With the home appearing vacant and no immediate signs of foul play, cops call it off and leave with the impression that the Thetford couple likely moved out and simply forgot to inform their friend Larry. Unknowingly,
you're moving out, but the cars are still there.
Officers are walking away from the first signs that something far more sinister is at play. The next day, things begin to shift into something more serious as police receive a second call about Craig. However, this one carries more concerning details than the last.
Telecommunications on a recorded line. How can I help you?
Okay, this is going to seem really, really strange. About 4 months ago, my grandpa had went off the face of the world, and he's a volunteer firefighter up there. He loved to do it. He talked to me about it all the time. And so I'd like to place a wellness check, but the only person that said she's talked to him in 4 months is his wife, and apparently now they're getting a divorce. He's doing a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't believe it. It's not my grandpa. It's just really strange.
What's his name?
Craig Thetford.
And what's your name?
My name is Cody Gibson, and I'm his grandson. His wife is supposedly in Texas getting a divorce.
Yep, it was the wife, obviously. It was the wife. It was obviously the wife. You want a divorce, suddenly goes missing. She's not happy about it. She wants all the money. He said no. And she, kills him and takes all of his money. They find out, and she gets caught.
With yet another welfare check request from Craig's grandson Cody, a clearer timeline begins to form. It now sounds like Craig hasn't been missing for 2 months as previously believed by his friend. Instead, he hasn't been seen for over 4 months, which is even more alarming. Additionally, the reason no formal missing person report was filed starts to make sense, as Cody goes on to explain that his grandfather's wife, Dina Thetford, has been telling everyone that Craig is in Mexico with another woman after filing for divorce.
So he's been dead for 4 months? And nobody knew, like nobody checked on him within like the first month? Bro, if I went missing in like a day, I would already have my bro just trying to figure out where I am. Like...
A story that doesn't sit right with Craig's grandson. Following this second call, Otero County Sheriff's deputies are dispatched back to Craig's house. This time, instead of simply knocking and leaving, they widen the scope. If Craig and his wife aren't inside the house, maybe someone nearby has seen or heard something. So deputies begin canvassing the surrounding properties, a decision that will quietly kickstart an investigation into what may become one of the most elaborate and twisted homicide cover-ups they've ever handled.
Deputy Ventura with the sheriff's office. By chance, have you seen your neighbors over?
No, sir, I hadn't. I've been really worried about him.
Okay.
Since January. And we were real good friends and everything.
Okay.
And we were both on the James Canyon Fire Department.
Mm-hmm.
And then come January, there was just no contact.
No contact at all come January?
I got him. I was on the James Canyon Fire Department there for about 5.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And when he moved up here, I talked him into it.
Okay.
And I mean, we were real good friends and everything.
Yeah.
And then Josh over here, we got him on the fire department. Josh and Heidi here would know more information about them because I know.
Do you know what the address is over there?
It's just that A-frame right there.
This one right here?
Yeah, this one right here.
Hi, can I help y'all?
Yes, ma'am. How are you? I'm Deputy Ventura with the Otero County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah.
We were looking for Craig Setford.
Yeah, we haven't heard from Craig.
Okay.
We're buying the house from him. He was in Breckenridge taking care of his mom.
Okay.
Yeah, his wife Dina is my friend. She's in and out from the house down there.
Okay.
But she hasn't really talked to him either, which is weird.
Have you talked to Dina lately?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And have you asked her anything about like Craig, how he's doing or anything like that?
From what she's telling me, she's not talking to him either.
She's not, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, chat. I genuinely have to try and fix this. I have to fix this. It just shows my wallpaper. Alright, maybe that fixes it. Maybe changing my wallpaper.
Yeah.
Sorry, are they like not together right now?
I think they're splitting up.
Gotcha, okay.
I'm
Okay.
sure that's what's happening.
And when was the last time you saw Dina here in the area?
It's probably been about 3 weeks now.
About 3 weeks?
Yeah.
As far as Heidi knows, Craig and Dina are in the middle of separating, with Craig supposedly staying at his mother's house in Texas. That explanation doesn't match what Dina told Craig's grandson Cody, who was under the impression that his grandfather went to Mexico after filing for divorce. To investigate further, the deputy asks Heidi for Dina's phone number and tries calling her. But worryingly, it goes straight to voicemail. With no immediate leads, officers return to the station. Before Deputy Pinter can relay his findings to detectives, his phone starts ringing. Interestingly, the caller is one of the Thetfords.
Hello?
Hi, I missed a phone call.
Yes, ma'am. How are you? This is Deputy Pintor calling from the Otero County Sheriff's Office. I was calling in reference to your husband, Craig. It seems that he hasn't been in contact with a lot of his family and some of his friends.
Right, yeah. We have been separated, and I recently filed for divorce. He's involved with someone else, and currently he's in Mexico.
And when was the last time you saw him or spoke to him?
Before he left.
Would you have an estimate, like, was it like 1 week, 2 weeks?
First of the month?
First of the month. And you saw him in person, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
He was packing, yes.
Where was this at? Was this at your residence on Heatherwick?
Yes, he has moved out.
And where are you currently staying at?
I'm at my mom's in Texas, Seymour, Texas.
Yeah. Well, I guess let me ask you, are you going to permanently be staying at Seymour, Texas? No? Okay.
Until I see what happens in the divorce, I'm going to ask for the property.
Okay.
I mean, I don't...
She's already pissing me off.
I don't think he's missing.
On the line is Dina Thetford, clarifying that her husband is actually in Mexico with another woman. The same story she told Craig's grandson, but different from what her neighbor reported. Naturally, this drastically complicates the investigation, as locating a missing person in another country is exponentially more difficult. But during the phone call, Dina also goes on to explain that she suspected Craig of cheating on her for nearly a year before confirming the affair a couple of months earlier. Now she's staying with her mother in Texas, but plans to return to New Mexico and fight Craig in court to keep the property for herself. The deputy...
She did sure fight Craig, didn't she?
Confirms Dina's current phone number before ending the call. Aside from the inconsistent story about Craig's whereabouts, police have no reason to believe Dina is hiding anything. But that is about to change.
I tried to warn Craig. She did state if I could kill Craig and get away with it, I'd do it.
My mom's crazy. Like, she's tried to kill me before.
In the days that follow, Craig Thetford is officially entered into the FBI database as a missing person, and the case is assigned to Detective Bobby Curtis with the district's Major Crimes Unit. As Curtis begins digging into the couple's background, one detail immediately stands out. Craig is Dina's fourth husband. She had already been married 3 times before, and those relationships seemingly ended under troubling circumstances. So Curtis decides to call the people who might know Dina best, her ex-husbands. And what she's about to hear may not just explain where Craig is, but also what really happened to him.
I got a voicemail from you about an hour ago, I guess.
I was calling to see if you had a minute to talk to me about Dina.
I was married to her 30 years ago. I called her demon-possessed one time and about drove her crazy.
I was told there was possibly a time when she had tried to run you over with her car.
I would probably say that's more her.
For people that are in the stream, and not watching the YouTube video, there is black bars like glitching now and then for people that are in the stream, and please don't mind them. They are just like, I don't know what's happening. I'll probably spend the next few days, so hopefully they try and figure out why this isn't working. So tomorrow, if I don't fix it by tomorrow's stream, I'm gonna just leave it, and like, I'm gonna just keep on trying to fix it tomorrow. So, yeah, if I don't stream tomorrow, I haven't fixed the issue that appears.
Drug addicted or alcohol addicted state that she gets that way, and that's the best time to leave her alone is when she's that way. I think that's how we both survived for 10 years.
Hello? Hi, is this Scotty?
Yes.
Hi, it's Detective Curtis. First, let's go ahead and start with why did you guys end up getting a divorce?
Because she's crazy. She is what they classify as a binge drinking alcoholic. Whiskey turns her evil. Yeah, she assaulted me multiple times, broke 2 pair of glasses, balled up her fists and hit me. Twice she tried to kill me. You know, I was always afraid something like this was going to happen because I knew she was capable. And then, you know, when I saw that Craig was missing, I immediately called. You know, I tried to warn Craig multiple times, and she did state in front of me and my wife, if I could kill Craig and get away with it, I'd do it.
That final remark from Scott is disturbing and certainly doesn't bode well for the situation. Following these statements from Dina's ex-husbands, Detective Curtis decides to dig further into Scott's claims. Turns out, Dina worked as a correctional officer for nearly 8 years in the early 2000s. Then, in 2008, according to Scott, Dina was arrested for allegedly trying to stab him while intoxicated, an incident that reportedly landed her in jail overnight. After that, the couple briefly reconciled, but in 2010, Scott also alleged that Dina found his pistol and chased him while pulling the trigger, though the gun was not loaded and he survived. As Curtis...
Bro, if she even threatened me once, I'd be leaving her. No woman should ever threat you in your relationship. If they threaten to hit you, kill you, stab you, or just anything like that, you should not be in that relationship. No matter if you're married or not. You're not going to change them. If they're even saying that in the first place.
This continues reviewing the reports.
Especially if they're on alcohol as well. Because, like, alcohol, like, from my experience, it's just, like, you let out more of, like, truth. And... not good.
She notices that at various points over the years, Dina's daughter Leslie had lived with her and Craig. So one of Curtis's co-investigators reaches out to Leslie to gain insights into what was happening inside that house. When he finally gets her on the phone, she shares some startling information about her mother.
How are you this morning?
Good as it can be. How are you?
I'm good. So, whenever you were living at the house, Leslie, was there domestic violence going on in the house? Did your mom and dad fight?
Yeah, all the time. My mom is crazy. My mom is so crazy. Like, she's tried to kill me before. She stabbed one of her other husbands. She tried to run my real dad over with a car. She had my sister hogtied and thrown in a car and, like, shipped off one time.
So, was your mom to you?
Yep, to everyone, pretty much.
Why hasn't she been arrested earlier? Bro, she's done this to everyone she knows. Why hasn't she been arrested earlier? Is everyone just, like, actually dumb?
I always thought she was, like, possessed, like, demonic. Like, it was so evil that, like, I just couldn't believe, like, it was real.
Okay. At the time that you were there at the house, did your mom and dad drink or use drugs? Either one of them?
Yeah, she's an alcoholic. She's always been. She also does other drugs, and I think she might have poisoned him or been trying to poison him or something, or messing with his medication or something.
Needless to say, things are starting to sound grim. There are now 2 separate people alleging that Craig may be dead and that Dina could somehow be involved. With this troubling development in mind, Detective Curtis moves on to review the couple's recent financial activity, and this is where things become very peculiar. In the last 4 months, Dina appears to have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, including a new house and a new car, while also potentially helping fund her son's new business. With all these findings combined and Dina's shifting story, investigators begin to suspect they may be dealing with something far more serious than a missing person case, and the possibility of a concealed homicide now sits squarely on the table. But in the middle of trying to piece together what really happened to Craig, detectives receive a tip that his wife Dina has returned home and is acting as if nothing ever happened.
Somebody's home.
Following this, Deputy Roger Schoolcraft is sent to check if Dina returned home and can provide any answers. In a few seconds, he will come face to face with the one person investigators now believe may be their prime suspect. With that said, let's get back to Deputy Roger, who's on the verge of hearing a story that may explain why Craig truly vanished.
Hi, good morning. Dina?
Yes.
Hi. Good morning, good morning.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's just like that stupid and tries to kill the deputy.
Hey, I'm doing some I'm Roger. I'm sorry. Roger Schoolcraft.
Nice.
Dina?
Yes, I think we met at a football game.
Probably did. I'm trying to do some follow-up on Craig. And I thought maybe I could meet with you. Maybe you could try to kind of help me and give me some information. And can we sit somewhere? Or? All right. Kind of chilly.
No.
Okay, well, obviously
Isn't she she's really stupid for coming home, and let me tell you why. She answers the door. You can already tell she's nervous just by her face. She went like, oh. And where's her husband? She says he was somewhere else with another woman. And like, they're not divorced yet. So wouldn't he really realistically be home? And she be worrying about him? She's completely fine.
we got some calls because people haven't been hearing from her or anything. So you being the wife, you might be able to help me.
Right, it's his mom. I talked to his mom.
Oh, really? So you guys aren't...
No, we have been having some issues.
Okay.
I guess you would say we're separated.
How long's that been going on?
Nothing's legal yet. We just haven't been spending any time together since at least February.
February. Early February, late February?
Late February, or mid-February.
Since mid-February. Things weren't working out, so you left, he left, how did that...
He left. He told me, well, he first went to Texas because he said he needed to go help his mom.
So he left here to go help his mom?
That was what he said, yes. I've never really had any reason not believe what he said.
And that was like the second week of February?
You'll have to bear with me because I don't keep track of time.
Even though Dina doesn't keep track of time, she does seem to keep track of other things, like the details surrounding Craig's disappearance. Within just a few minutes of their conversation, Deputy Roger notices that Dina slightly adjusts her explanation about Craig's whereabouts, now claiming that he simply told her what he was doing, and she had no reason not to believe him. But as the pair continue rehashing the details, Dina begins to visibly sense that Deputy Roger isn't convinced. She appears to have no idea of the amount of suspicion that's been mounting against her. In reality, Dina is well prepared for this moment because she's about to present what she believes is concrete proof to validate her story and put an end to the growing suspicion around her.
I've never had a reason to doubt it, but now I do. I mean, I think that he has hooked up with some youngsters that are doing these classes, and I think he's reliving his youth, and he's ready for me to get out of the picture.
So where would he be doing that at?
Mexico, I guess. Mexico. But when I would come home, I mean...
I'm sorry, chat. I generally can't bear with like you watching this. I'm probably just gonna chalk this video. I generally can't watch like this happening. I can't. It's so annoying to watch. I gotta figure out the issue. It's not a wallpaper issue, I suppose. I thought it was a wallpaper issue, but it's generally not, so I'm just gonna chill here for a bit. Might as well, there's generally nothing else to do. Only 1:18. I gotta go back to college on Monday now. Chilling. Just chilling. Yeah, these videos are not gonna go up on the channel until I fix like the recording and shit. I'm trying to figure it out right now. I'll figure it out right now. It's back to, but almost it. Right, chat. I'm just gonna end the stream, just so I can fix the glitching. That's anyone who joined in. See you around next time. Peace.